And for staying tuned to your station, the AfricaTelevision, and welcome to your program, Security Watch Africa. Only on this channel and on this program, you get the information you need to keep your life safe and secured. Welcome to your program. My name still remains Patrick Abambo. On this program this week, we will bring you activities from the Nigerian Army that is faced with the responsibility of protecting the Nigerian territorial integrity and lately have been involved in internal security, which constitutionally they are charged to also assist the Nigerian police. But really, we need to be able to get the security of the country well done, well streamed out and streamlined, so that the army will face the issue of protecting our territorial integrity, and that will only be when our internal security is proper and well to the expectation of the people. Really, we believe that a time will come that the police would have all they need, all the necessary resources they need to make sure that the army are not in any part of the country, so that we can feel more safe and secure. The presence of the military on our streets is not what the military wants. The military wants to face their constitutional responsibility. So they need that the police will be able to do its work, and the police we have today is striving to ensure that Nigerians are secured. Welcome to the program. Yes, because of time, we may not be able to talk. Have a lot of issues that really call for attention, and one of those things is the recent discovery of the fake drug factory that the police busted, and we must commend the Nigerian police for doing that, because a lot of people are falling victim to taking drugs that ended up causing more harms to them. We'll bring you details on that in subsequent edition of this program. But today, before we go further, let's go to the what the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tuku Yusuf Burata, is doing to ensure that the soldiers and the officers in the battlefield are charged to fight better and win the war against terrorism. That is by taking care of their welfare. He had told them that the President, the Commander-in-Chief, is concerned about them, and that they are doing. Sit back as we bring you this report on the welfare of the troops.
The task of keeping the people safe from both internal and external aggressors comes with a price that sometimes cannot be quantified monetarily. The Nigerian Army, under the leadership of the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tuku Yusuf Burata, has continued to improve on the welfare of officers and soldiers of the Nigerian Army. And this has resulted in improved performance and is undoubtedly reflecting on the achievements of the Nigerian Army, especially in the Northeast. General Burata, during the week, at an event organized by Security Watch Africa in his honor, reiterated the commitment of the Commander-in-Chief of the Nigerian Armed Forces, President Muhammadu Buhari, to the welfare of every officers and soldiers of the Nigerian Army, to support them in the discharge of their constitutional responsibilities.
This profession of arms, the armed forces in particular, are always at risk. And this risk at the detriment of their own lives, at the expense of their own limbs, as well as it brings heavy burden on their families. And as such, these sacrifices can hardly it's just impossible to replace, very impossible to pay. It's not just possible to pay, especially where lives are lost, or even when limbs are lost and persons are made or are incapacitated. Let me tell you, you made a very insightful comments this afternoon, Mr. Patrick. The position of Major MSC Aliu, which he has continued to show despite the unfortunate incident, he is doing extremely well in his present position. And he is still very much in touch with what is happening on the ground in the Northeast. And we have given him responsibility, which he is discharging these responsibilities very well, as I said. And let me tell you, Mr. President, Commander-in-Chief, President Muhammadu Buhari is personally interested in his welfare, interested in seeing how he is doing, how he is faring. Mr. President is concerned about each and every individual in the armed forces. I have not told him this, I'm just disclosing it now, because of your position and the way you describe him today.
In clear demonstration of his avowed passion to better the lives of his men, General Buratai, during the just concluded Chief of Army Staff Conference in Maiduguri, Borno State, gave out 29 brand new vehicles to the newly promoted warrant officers of the Nigerian Army, a tradition that's been abandoned for years in the Nigerian Army. The Executive Governor of Borno State, Honorable Kashim Shettima, who was the host governor, accompanied General Buratai to commission the vehicles.
An unprecedented gesture, the first of its kind in the annals of contemporary Nigerian Army history. We are wishing the beneficiaries the best of luck. This is a car for keeps. We will urge them to maintain the benefit.
High point of the ceremony was the presentation of car keys to some of the officers who received their gifts with many thanks to the Chief of Army Staff, General Buratai. Ernest Enuneku, Security Watch Africa, Abuja.
Resuscitation of a tradition that was forgotten in the past. We must commend the current leadership of the Nigerian Army for making sure that those who are fighting to make sure that you and I are protected are well taken care of. And like he said, when the Commander-in-Chief is concerned about every officer and soldier of the Nigerian Army, then the Army, they will work better for the protection of the country. Kudos to those officers that have gotten their vehicles. I know some other officers will work harder to ensure that they also get their vehicle. But what saddens me is we have always said is that we have noticed that some humanitarian agencies have been aiding and abetting some of these terrorist groups in the Northeast. And just yesterday, the Nigerian Media Operation Lafayette Dole Command had suspended the operation of the United Nations Children Education Fund, UNICEF, from operating in the Northeast. But after some intervention and meeting that was held even up to late midnight, where they promised to this time around behave better, because there are a lot of issues that are not supposed to get to the terrorist group that are getting to them. And from information we have gathered, we're sure that these things get to them through these humanitarian agencies. But more on that, we'll be bringing you on subsequent edition of this program. But that is to say that if you are here in the country trying to help the country, you must help the country and not help the enemies of the country. I think we should leave it on that for now until we'll give you more information about what is happening. But the good news is that the suspension has been lifted now, and which means they can go back to do the right work they are supposed to do and not aid insurgency in Nigeria. Yes, during the week, the Chief of Army Staff also commissioned the beautiful edifice that was constructed within 8 months, talking about that health office of the Nigerian Army Intelligence Corps. It's wonderful because before now, that agency, that corps parts of the Nigerian Army have been operating in an apartment building that does not befit its service, does not welcome the people to come and interact and give information. But now everything is well streamlined with state-of-the-art intelligence gathering equipment for them to be able to get information across to the men in the field. Security Watch Africa was also at the commission ceremony. Sit back as we bring you the report.
The guard of honor there, mounted in honor of the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tukuso Buratai, as he performs the commissioning of the newly constructed Nigerian Army Intelligence Corps head office in Abuja. The Nigerian Army Intelligence Corps can be regarded as the engine room of the Nigerian Army, responsible for collecting and processing information to intelligence for pre, during, and post-army missions. They provide essential intelligence that often save the soldiers fighting on front line, engage in signal intelligence and electronic warfare. The importance of this corps to the achievement of the Nigerian Army in the fight against the daredevil terrorist group Boko Haram cannot be overemphasized. The corps has continued to provide needed intelligence that has helped to degrade Boko Haram and other terrorist and insurgent groups in the country. The newly constructed edifice that will now serve as home to members of the Nigerian Army Intelligence Corps no doubt meets international standards. General Buratai, during the commissioning of the world-class edifice, applauded the roles of the corps in ensuring that the Nigerian Army live up to their responsibility of protecting Nigeria's territorial integrity and internal security.
Intelligence are known for action without being hurt much, and I appreciate and commend them for standing in and keeping to the principles behind their motto, action through knowledge. And I've always emphasized this aspect. You don't use your intelligence to plan your operations, you are bound to fail at all times. And you must also work very closely, very, very closely. There should be seamless relationship between the operational cell as well as the intelligence cell. The operational commander must keep handy and ready, the intelligence commander with him. And he must use the intelligence provided at all times for him to ensure that the operations are carried out with all the requisite intelligence resources or the information provided so as to achieve the desired end state. So on this note, I want to thank all of you for finding time to be here, and be rest assured that the Nigerian Army Intelligence Corps has been properly repositioned, and more things are coming their way to ensure that they do the right job. One thing which I want to make very clear, the intelligence is your friend, but make sure that whatever you do, whatever you say it where nobody will hear you. You only talk to yourself probably in your mind, but once it comes out, even the walls have ears. But by and large, they are a great asset to national development. They are a great asset to sound administration. We must make use of their talents, we must use of their special skills, and we must make use of their equipment which they use to ensure that we operate and we administer efficiently.
Earlier, the Director of Military Intelligence, Major General Samuel Abiodun Adebayo, was full of praise for the Chief of Army Staff for his approval and support to the project that today stands out as the best in Africa. He further said the new structure is equipped with state-of-the-art technology that can match any other agency anywhere in the world.
This occasion is indeed a remarkable milestone for Nigerian Army Intelligence Corps, given the fact that the Corps has not had a dedicated structure as headquarters since its relocation from Lagos 12 years ago. It is therefore a thing of utmost joy that the Nigerian Army Intelligence Corps now has its headquarters, and this will definitely reinforce the institutional pride in all officers and soldiers of the Corps. Our appreciation goes to the Chief of Army Staff, which is not speakable with words. Our joy has no bound, and we thank you so much for giving us this beautiful edifice you see behind me here. This magnificent edifice, about to be commissioned today, was remodeled and renovated in record time with the magnanimous support of the Chief of Army Staff, who approved the idea in ab initio during the tenure of my predecessor, Major General AfricaTelevision. The Chief of Army Staff also ensured that no resources were spared to ensure it meets international standard. The new headquarters is exquisitely and fully furnished with requisite technical gadgets, standby generators, as well as a solar energy backup system to ensure that there's no interruption of power supply to the headquarters both day and night. This building will now afford the Nigerian Army Intelligence Corps the long elusive opportunity to bring together key support formations, some of which will be relocated from Lagos to Abuja to enhance and reinforce the intelligence production activities of the Nigerian Army Intelligence Corps. I am therefore proud to inform our distinguished audience that the edifice the Chief of Army Staff is commissioning today is just phase 1 of the headquarters of the Nigerian Army Intelligence Corps. I am also elated to announce that the Chief of Army Staff has already approved funds for the construction of the second phase of this headquarters at this same location, which is behind where we are now.
General Burata was later accompanied by senior army personnel and other invited guests present to officially commission the new head office of the Nigerian Army Intelligence Corps.
It's my honor and privilege to commission the headquarters building to the glory of God and to the benefit of mankind.
High point of the ceremony was the tour of the facility by General Buratai and other dignitaries. They were taken around the 2-story building where the next level of intelligence gathering of the Nigerian Army will be housed. Ernest Enuneku, Security Watch Africa, Abuja.
Welcome back. I must commend Major General Samuel Abiodun Adebayo for that wonderful. In 8 months, he got that structure up and well furnished like it is now, and with state-of-the-art high-tech equipment already installed to make sure that information that are gathered are processed to intelligence and passed across to the men in the battlefield. So well done. Kudos to you, General Adebayo, for doing a yeoman's job, and for your boss that gave you all the support and approval. We must commend him also, and the federal government for also assisting in the provision of the necessary resources that is needed. Yes, part of our security check that we do across the Federation, last week we brought about a report from our visit to R&D Zogu. Today we want to bring you that report to stress the importance of ensuring that every corner, every community in this country is protected. When Security Watch Africa visited that community, that historic community, unfortunately, we found no security there, no presence of any policeman in a community that is vast and as important as the R&D Zogo in Idato North local government. We're taking it up personally to ensure that the people of that community, they are protected. Sit back as we bring you this report from R&D Zogo.
R&D Zogo, a community located in Idato North local government area of Imo State, though still very much present in 3 other local government areas in Imo State, is a town full of history as far as the Nigerian state is concerned. The town that have produced one of Nigeria's brightest in terms of parliamentarian issues an agitation for the right of citizens, talking about K.O. Mbadiwe, popularly remembered for his slogan, Timber and Caliber. And another Nigerian sprite who became prominent at a very young age, known all over the world, Mazi Mbonu Ojike. Random issues of incessant and uninterrupted kidnapping of the citizens of Aronde Zogu has greatly affected the once lively commercial life of the community, to the extent that by 6 p.m. the whole place is deserted for fear of being the next victim. The situation became so bad that it almost became a daily routine that someone must be kidnapped. The people had to constantly take census of themselves to be sure how many was remaining. A lot of people from the community were kidnapped, including a retired group captain of the Nigerian Air Force. A king from a neighboring town was also kidnapped. A pastor was also killed when he resisted the kidnappers from taking him away in the presence of his children.
Well, it came as a thunderbolt. We never expected it, but it sure did happen. It's about 3-4 weeks ago. We were besieged. It was on a daily basis thing. Armed robbers, kidnappers, rapists, call it, give it any name. We started experiencing very rough situation in Aronde Zogu, something we have never experienced in the first place. So, thank God we are battling with it. We are really working hard to make sure we eradicate that. We make sure, as a matter of fact, thanks to some of our people, they are very helpful. Yeah, much as we are really battling with it, but we still need some help. Government should come to our aid. The agency that is here today will also do a whole lot of things to at least assist in making sure that this thing is really brought back to the, I'm not even talking about lowest minimum, complete eradication. Yeah, because there is no way, all the businesses in this town closed down, everything. Before now, if it were to be some weeks ago, everywhere is shut down before now. So we really need the agency to assist us, come to our aid so that this thing doesn't, apply anymore.
During the visit to Aronde Zogu, observed that there was no police presence in the community, which may have given the criminals the boldness to carry out their deadly adventure even in broad daylight.
We have grown past this post thing, At that time, the highest rank officer then was a sergeant or an inspector. But we will need a police division. That way the person to head it will be the DPO. So that is exactly what we need now because of the vastness of this place. Please. There used to be one before at the market square down the street. And unfortunately, it got shut down for reasons we didn't know why, but the time it was there, it was really helping out. But today, we don't have anything of that sort anymore. And if it is going to be possible for the government to come and institute one, Aronde Zogu is large, and we are predominantly farmers. So we really need the assistance of police station, police, whatever. But the important thing is that something has to be done about this. We sure need police presence in this community.
Like I said, the community have always tried to rise up and do certain things, but there are so many limits to what the community can do. You know what the law says. So that is why we want justice to be done. Let it be done legally. Let it be done in a situation whereby law-abiding citizens should not live in fear. The miscreants should not be able to run people that want to be law-abiding, want to contribute meaningfully to the development of the society and the community. They run them off because of the fear of their lives. It can't be tolerated. So we're asking that whatever needs to be done, like I said, legally. And we don't believe in some of this art of law and extrajudicial kind of thing. So, and we know exactly that Nigerian police force and the other security agencies can rise to the occasion. They can do everything. We're also aware that the police and some of the forces are not there yet as far as being encouraged and being fully equipped the way they should. But there's clear evidence that they've risen to occasion when the need arises, and that's what we want to get done in this situation.
Ernest Enuneku, Security Reports, Arondi Zogo, Imo State.
Due to technical reasons, we may not continue with this report. We'll continue with the reports in subsequent edition of this program next week. But I believe, I hope and pray that before next week, there will be no need to continue with this report, because we hope that security will have been provided to that community. It's very, very important. I'm sure the police are watching and they will do something urgently about it. The Inspector General of Police, IGP Ibrahim Idris, is already aware of the situation, and I'm sure he will act immediately to ensure that things are done better in that community. Yes, during the week, Security Watch Africa has decorated, or so to say, handed over the Crystal Trophy won by the Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General T.Y. Buratai, in a ceremony that was witnessed by top military army brass here in Abuja. Must say that the Chief of Army Staff deserved it, because he won that award for the Golden Star Award for Exemplary National Defense in Africa. Sit back as we bring you the report.
The just concluded 15th African Security Watch Awards conference and exhibition hosted by Security Watch Africa in the Gambia has been adjudged as an excellent event. The award ceremony had in attendance security stakeholders in public and private sectors from many African countries such as Nigeria, Ghana, South Africa, Tanzania, Senegal, Sierra Leone, Guinea-Bissau, Kenya, Zambia, and the host country, the Gambia, and some other non-African countries. Among the award winners is the Nigerian Chief of Army Staff, Lieutenant General Tuku Yusuf Buratai, who was absent at the ceremony due to exigencies of duties. General Buratai beat 4 other nominees to win the Golden Star Award for Exemplary National Defense Service in Africa category as a result of his various achievements since his assumption of office in 2015, especially on the successes recorded in the fight against Boko Haram terrorists. The Chief Executive Officer, Security Watch Africa, Mr. Patrick Agbambu, presented the Crystal Trophy and certificate to General Buratai on behalf of the Chairman, Board of Trustees, Security Watch Africa Initiatives, General Joseph Nunu Mensah, retired.
Permit me to, on behalf of the Board of Trustees, Chairman, who is not here, but is here with us in spirit, General Joseph Nunu Mensah, retired. He's the Chairman, Board of Trustees of Security Watch Africa. He was former Chief of Defense Staff of the Republic of Ghana, former National Security Advisor the Republic of Ghana. He is the Chairman of the Board of Trustees of Security Watch Africa. He has mandated me, because of time, to make this presentation to the Chief. This is a certificate, sir, to show that you just did not merit this trophy. This is something that should be cherished and honored. So on behalf of the Board of Trustees, I present this certificate to you, sir. Yeah, this is the trophy. In fact, we say that as crystal as this trophy is what you have done. So it's quite clear for everybody to see. And that is why we're presenting this to you. The Golden Star Award for Exemplary National Defense Service in Africa. Congratulations.
In his response, after receiving his certificate and trophy, the helmsman of the Nigerian Army thanked and applauded Security Watch Africa for its contribution to the security architecture of Nigeria in particular and Africa in general.
let me say that I've been a keen watcher and follower of the Security Watch Africa programs and activities for several years. However, in the past 3 years, I've come to realize the importance of this highly respected organization, highly professional body that is dedicated to promoting security and indeed promoting studies as well as ensuring that administration in the field of security is taken to the highest level. Security Watch Africa, especially the program that is run weekly, is a household name in Nigeria, in particular, indeed Africa. It has even gone beyond Africa. It's a global asset in the area for security and expertise in the security environment in Africa. So I want to sincerely also congratulate you for this milestone that you have reached in ensuring that management of security in Africa is taken to the highest level, and consciousness of Nigerians and indeed Africans are brought to bear on the day-to-day activities of government and other strategic institutions within the African continent. I will say that the Nigerian Army is a great beneficiary of this great initiative by Security Watch Africa. You have, through your unbiased, through your dedication, and indeed your objective reporting has brought the true picture of who a Nigerian soldier is and who the Nigerian army officer is, and what an institution, a sacred institution for that matter, that has to do with management of violence through the instrumentality of the constitutional provision in order to defend its territorial integrity and to defend it from external aggression. These are all done in support of the civil administration and by extension ensuring the sustenance of democracy. This is a sacred responsibility which every law-abiding citizen needs to understand and appreciate and support fully. And this, through your medium, you have achieved that, and we want to really appreciate you very immensely.
Dedicated the award to all fallen and wounded officers and soldiers of the Nigerian Army, promising them necessary support from the federal government of Nigeria under the leadership of President Muhammadu Buhari.
Let me say that this award is dedicated to all our heroes who have fallen victims of the various insecurity and including the insurgency, and indeed those have been wounded in action. I want to say that we are very much proud of them, and their memories we will continue to cherish, and those that are wounded, we continue to provide the needed support and encouragement and ensure that they get the best facility to manage them and, where possible, to get fully recovered.
Award presentation, which was held at the Nigerian Army Resource Center, had in attendance principal staff officers of Nigerian Army, participants of Strategic Management and Policy Studies Course 1, and senior Army personnel, both serving and retired. Lucy Tao, Security Watch Africa, Abuja.
Oh, welcome back. Sadly, we can't continue with our reports also because of time. We must leave for other programs to continue. But I must say that if you work hard, you'll be recognized. I will believe, and we're sure that the arrival, the appointment of General Buratai had helped to make sure that Nigerians feel more secure. There was a time people were afraid to go to their worship centers, even in Abuja, because of fear of insurgent terrorist attack. But today, we feel much secured. So we must commend the Security Watch Africa board for honoring him. On that note, we must leave other programs to continue until we come your way again next week. I would say thanks for staying tuned and bye for now.